This is my first time doing this, so let me know how it sounds out there. This prison inside of me, concealing what I believe. The potential is obvious, but I'm too scared to set it free. Break down the walls, show me your heart. This is the place where I fall apart. You told me a place to call home, someplace where I would not feel alone. I'm promised a destiny, but I won't trust what I cannot see. So mother will tuck me in to this coffin and bury me. Break down the walls, show me your heart. This is the place where I fall apart. You told me a place to call home, someplace where I would not feel alone. You showed me love like I'd never known. You told me a place to call home. You told me a place to call home, someplace where I would not feel alone. You showed me love like I'd never known. You told me a place to call home. Well, good evening, or good morning, good afternoon, good night, whatever time it is, wherever you are in the world. Quincy Kane Morris here, and this is live stream number Sweet 16. Our streams are getting into the deep into the teenage years and starting to get some independence, maybe get a little rebellious, unless we raised them upright, so. But yeah, I'm trying something a little different for this stream, so looks like I got some feedback. Thanks, Stan. Sounds great. Yes, sir. Nice. Yeah, good. Glad I'm coming through, because in some case, this is kind of an easier setup. It's not quite as much rigging. I'm not playing with any backing tracks. I don't even need my headphones, because I don't need to listen to any, it's just my guitar that I need to hear and my voice. So, yeah, a bit of a different setup, but, I might do this on occasion, maybe like once a month or something, we'll see. And maybe I'll make tweaks and get it better. But hopefully it sounds pretty good right now, pretty balanced. I kind of experimented with a few different things. But anyone joining us now, thank you so much. Your first time watching this, usually I'm playing with an electric guitar, I'm playing with a backing track, and doing full-on metal songs. But this evening we're going to strip it down a little bit, just my voice and my guitar. And these are some songs that I've written, some metal songs, but just kind of doing a different version of them. And Stan, always good to have you. We were just talking, before the stream started, and just kind of naming, like, what are some good acoustic versions of some rock songs? So if you have any, if there's a band you like that typically plays as a full-on rock band or some other style of music, and then they put out a version of one of their songs that was a bit more stripped down, just acoustic stuff, let me know what's some of your favorites. And yeah. Oh, it looks like we've got a few people joining in. Unplugged, yes. Die, thanks for joining in, you know. Always good to have you. I'm assuming Brad's going to be here too. What was I going to say? Yeah, doing kind of an unplugged version. Don't know if you got to catch that first song if you're just joining us, but I'll go ahead and dive into another one here for you. But let me know if you've got any acoustic songs that you like, especially acoustic songs that are from like rock bands and stuff, you know, where they strip it down. Let me know some of your favorites, and I'll be sure to check them out later. This next song is actually a cover. So speaking of, you know, some favorite acoustic versions of songs, Flyleaf is one of my favorite hard rock alternative metal bands, and I don't even think they officially released it, but I know I think they put out like a DVD or something of them doing an acoustic version of a few of their songs, and it was really cool. Just hearing, just a stripped down version, just kind of a new way. Yeah, I did see Brad had chatted earlier. He had left a comment earlier, but I don't know if he's still watching or if he slipped out for a bit and stuff. So I'm assuming he'll be back. But and if you're here, Brad, just say hello. But yeah, so this is actually a Flyleaf song, and I'm pretty sure they do an acoustic version of this, but my version's kind of a hybrid of their acoustic version and their original rock version. So anyway, I hope you like this song. This one is called Red Sam. Pain from the beatings, and there you Again, that was a Flyleaf song. That one's Red Sam. And I think they did do an acoustic version of that one, so you'll have to YouTube that one later. Jags. Thanks, Dan. Appreciate that. Yep. For any of you who are interested in singing and stuff, singing was always a challenge for me. Like, all of my siblings, or most of them at least, just were like born with naturally good singing voices. Like they could just sing like whatever they wanted, whenever they felt like, and they always sounded good. I wasn't like that. I tried singing and I don't know, my voice was just weak, or I just could not, just had no stability to it. And it was my singing journey has been a long and difficult one, but you've probably heard me say this before. If you haven't, there's a couple people on YouTube. There's Mary Zimmer of Voice Hacks. A lot of what she taught really helped me with my singing, especially getting like vocal consistency, like just being able to sing. Because I always felt like sometimes I'd have good days and sometimes I'd have bad days. And I just had to kind of hope, like, I hope today's a good day. And she taught me some things that gave me more consistency, so I didn't have to worry about, oh, is today a good day or a bad day? I could just be confident that my voice should be fine, And then Ken Tamplin of Ken Tamplin Vocal Academy, that's another good one to check out here on YouTube. And he has taught some things that have kind of helped me with some of the more, like, kind of widening my range of my voice and what I could do with it and stuff. So yeah, those are definitely some good ones. And then, other little tricks I picked up here and there from other vocalists and stuff. But thank you, I appreciate that. If you're just joining us, I've said this before, but this is kind of an acoustic version of some songs that I normally do. Usually they're very metal and stuff. But if you are joining us, let me know how your day's been. Let me know if what's been up with you. Have any of you seen any good movies lately? Wow, that was kind of... Any good movies lately? If you have, let me know what you've watched, or maybe you've watched a TV show or something. Because I actually went to the theaters this week. I went Sunday, and I saw the new Bond film, No Time to Die. And it was kind of frustrating because the movie is only in theaters for 1 week. And that's because people are still not going to the theaters right now and stuff. And I really wanted to go see the movie with my brothers. I was trying to get my brothers and a couple friends to go, and they were just, they had other obligations and weren't able to go out and see it. And there was really only one chance to go out and see it with them, because it's going to be out. I think today's the last day it's showing, and tomorrow it's not going to be in theaters anymore. So I ended up going by myself, and I don't mind going by myself. I actually kind of like it because, I don't know, you just kind of... I don't know. I'm cool with it. It's kind of fun going to the theater, just kind of being on my own, kind of having my own thoughts and stuff, and just getting to enjoy a movie. But quickie review, if you like James Bond, I thought it was a good one. I think what was a little frustrating is that it was almost really good, but I think it just had a lot of characters, and the story kind of shifted focus a lot. And there were certain things that I think it could have had more impact if it just focused on a few characters rather than jumping around so much. And so it was like one of those movies that was almost really good, but kind of missed the mark a little bit. And that's not to say that it was bad. It was still a good movie, but it was almost really good. So the action was great. Action was sweet. And definitely, I'm glad that Daniel Craig, I thought he was a good Bond, so I'm glad that he ended on a good note, because Casino Royale, like one of the best action movies ever made. And then Quantum of Solace was kind of a dip. Skyfall, that was a good one. Spectre had good scenes, but collectively as a movie, just was kind of hard to follow. So, it was kind of up, down, and so I was glad that he ended on a good note with No Time to Die. So it's a good one, so if you get a chance to see it, definitely check it out. No worries, Stan. Yeah, it would have been fun if you could have come, but like I said, it's more so like, it's always fun enjoying a movie with other people and stuff, but it's not like, oh, I'm so sad, I gotta go by myself, because I'm kind of introverted anyway. So like, I actually, back when, before the whole COVID thing, I used to go to movies all the time by myself. Hey, Brad, good to see you. Just talking about movies right now, but I went and saw No Time to Die, which was the new Bond film, and I thought it was good. But yeah, before COVID, it's just too hard to work out plans. People get so busy, so it's almost easier just to go to the theater by yourself. Like, if I'm trying to wait on someone else, I'm never going to get to see any movies. So you almost have to go by yourself sometimes. But I'm going to dive into another song here. Brad, while I'm hopping into this one, I don't know if you saw earlier, but we were just kind of sharing some of our favorite acoustic songs, especially from rock artists. I was saying Flyleaf is a hard rock, alternative rock band, and they did a little, I think they did a DVD release of some acoustic songs of their acoustic versions of their songs, which I thought was really cool. Definitely love what they did. Yeah, so if you have any favorite acoustic songs, let me know. I'm going to dive into another one. This is an original. Yeah, Stan, I hope that goes well. And yeah, I forgot, because Brad, you play bass, if I remember correct. And Red, do you play guitar? And do you typically play electric guitar, or do you play acoustic? Or do you do a bit of both, you know? Maybe you guys could write an acoustic song. That'd be cool. Or, you know, do an acoustic version of one of your songs. So, anyway, here's a song you've heard me play before, but I'm going to do the acoustic version of it. This one's for you. Oh, that's not what you do. Well, I know you've coped with this loneliness. You think you're okay, but you've been tricked. I'm out here pleading, but you can't hear me. Your silent screams are deafening. Well, ignore my warning. Just know that I'm sorry for you. And all this time, just know that I've tried for you. Come back to me. I thought I was different, but you made me like them. Begged you to hold on, but you still let go. And from the distance, I can see what's missing. You never listen, so you'll never know. Well, ignore my warning. Just know that I'm sorry for you. And all this time, just know that I've tried for you. Come back to me. Come back to me. Come back to me. Come back to me. You're my closest friend and my deepest wound, my most painful scar, and I cherish you. Don't ignore my warning. Just know that I'm sorry for you. And all this time, just know that I've tried for you. Come back to me. Thanks, guys. Let's see. I like acoustic cover songs and Wonderwall. I'll eventually get electric. Okay, cool. So Red's got an acoustic right now, but eventually an electric. Do you know what kind of electric guitar you want? What kind you're hoping to get? And what kind of acoustic guitar do you have right now? Let's see. Wonderwall has the most distortion. I like the glasses. Wonderwall. So what is Wonderwall? Is that a band? Is that a guitar or a bass or something? Or what is Wonderwall? And yeah, acoustic covers can be cool. You know, it's nice to hear some songs in a different version. So, but thank you, Stan. I appreciate that. Oasis. Okay, so Wonderwall is a song. Gotcha. And Oasis, what is Oasis? Is that the bass? Because I know I was asking a spitfire of questions there. I was asking what kind of bass you had, or well, actually, I don't know if I asked you what kind of bass you have, but I was asking Red. My acoustic guitar is the same as yours. Really, you've got a Taylor. That's cool. Now, I should say that this guitar, it's actually my dad's. I don't have an acoustic guitar. And it's kind of funny because for a long time I didn't have a guitar at all because I don't know if you guys know this, but I actually come from a family of 9, mom, dad, and I've got 3 brothers and 3 sisters. So I've got a lot of siblings, and 2 of my brothers play guitar and my dad plays guitar. And when we all used to live together, they, Dad and my brothers, they all had an acoustic guitar. And so at home, even though I was into rock and I was learning, I liked, electric guitar, I learned guitar on an acoustic, and I would just play rock songs on the acoustic guitar. And then whenever I would get to church, there was an electric guitar there. So it was always cool to say, all right, I can't wait to hear what my song sounds like on an electric guitar, But yeah, for a long time, I did not need a guitar, because I always had one to play and stuff. And I didn't get my first electric till I think it was either my 19th or my 20th birthday, one of those. My family gave me some money, and my dad took me to Guitar Center to pick out what guitar I wanted, so it was really sweet of them to get me my first guitar. But yeah, don't have an acoustic yet. I do want to get one. And I'll probably end up getting either a Taylor or a Martin, because my brother's got a Martin, and that does sound pretty good. So, not sure. I'll have to, I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. But. And Red, what kind of electric guitar are you hoping to get? And Brad, what kind of bass do you have? And is your bass electric? I'm assuming it is, but that's actually kind of funny. I actually had an acoustic bass at one point, because I remember I wanted to learn guitar, and then bass seemed a little bit easier, and so I wanted to learn bass, and then I was thinking, well, if it's an acoustic bass, then I can take it around, I don't have to plug it in. So I remember asking for an acoustic bass for my birthday or something, and my parents got me one, and it was pretty cool, but then I started learning guitar, and that just kind of took over, and I never really played the bass much, so that's too bad. I kind of like playing bass. Now I've got an electric bass, but acoustic bass was actually one of the first instruments that I ever owned. Yeah, if you're not sure what electric yet, I would just say it's helpful to kind of look through, a magazine, or just go to a website or something, and just go with kind of what sticks out to you, what kind of draws you in, or what catches your eye, maybe that's what I'm trying to say, kind of look through them and see something, because you want the guitar to be something that you want to play. You want it to be something, and you want it to be something that kind of represents, I think that's kind of what's cool about electric guitars, because there's so many different kinds. Like, a lot of acoustic guitars kind of look the same, but electric guitars, there's so many different kinds, and I feel like you can sort of express your personality a little bit just from picking the kind of guitar you want and stuff. And do a little bit of research on the guitar, make sure it has good reviews and stuff, and maybe learn about a few brands and kind of whatever artists you like. Sometimes looking to see what instruments they play, that can be really helpful and stuff. So let's see here. Yeah, and sound is, you know, obviously an important factor. Making sure you like the way it sounds, probably the most important thing. But and then Stratocaster bass, awesome. That's cool that you've got like a Strat bass kind of thing. All right, let's see. I'm gonna dive into another song here. This is actually another cover. If you guys are familiar with the band Sylosis, they're kind of a thrash metal band thing, you know. So, yeah, they play some pretty heavy stuff. But usually at the end of their albums, they'll usually do like an acoustic song, and this is like one of my favorite songs of theirs. So yeah, I'm gonna play it for you. This one's called Quiescent. I walk out blindly on the frozen sea, where the light has failed much to beams that sting to touch, where the lies took you. Maybe moths need a path. Maybe the flames are all they have. Failed to rescue damaged wings with some tame old sin to repeat. Failed to rescue. I can see that a line is drawn at our feet. Burrowed beneath, fill our songs and leaves, clutch to rooms and become. Man, I can't even remember the words of this song. I have to get back to the pre-chorus. Sorry, guys. Where the lies took you. Maybe moths need a path. Maybe the flames are all they have. Don't wanna see you blind. Failed to rescue damaged wings. It's the same old sin to repeat. Failed to rescue. I can see that a line is drawn at our feet. You know, I practiced the guitar on that. I forgot to practice the singing part. It's been a while since I've sang that song, so sorry I stumbled. I'll get it right next time. But let's see. It's hard to play and sing at the same time. Yeah, Brad, it can be challenging to play and sing at the same time, and you know sometimes you have to specifically practice that. Um, I've played songs before, like I'll just use this one as an example, but let's see. Sometimes you just got to sing like one part at a time. So that verse goes, let's see, like that, and you just sing the first bit. Burrowed beneath. You just practice that. Burrowed, and you kind of try to find out where it syncs up. Burrowed. Those two sync up with the words. Burrowed beneath, and you got to kind of burrowed bone, burrowed ba. But you literally have to break it down like that, and then just kind of loop that section. Burrowed beneath. Burrowed beneath, you know, kind of try to practice that till you get it right. And usually if you get part of it right, then the rest of the song will come together a little bit easier. And but you're right, yeah, it is tricky. It takes some coordination. It's also very helpful to practice each part by itself. Make sure you're really good at the instrument. Make sure you know the words, because if you're trying to remember the words and play it at the same time, then you're in trouble, as we just saw. So, but thank you, I appreciate that. Going to check them out. Oh, when I mess up, it proves I'm not lip syncing. Yeah, definitely. So, definitely not lip syncing. You know. Let's see. We're learning bass. It's the same process if you're the bass and the singer. You just learn your bass part. So I'm just gonna kind of make up. So let's just say you're playing something like, you know. Let's just say that's your bass riff or whatever, and let's just make up some words real quick. Standing on the front line. Looking for a way out. So something like that. So, you know, I'm just making this up, but you slow it down and you make sure you know the words first, make sure you can play it first, and just kind of sync it up. Standing on the front line. Just repeat that. Standing on the front line. And then add the next part. Standing on the front line. Looking for a way out. Standing on the front line. Looking for a way out. And you just kind of loop that section of the song, and once you got it, then you rinse and repeat. You try it for the next part, and the next part, and then eventually you try the whole verse, and then you try the whole chorus. And what's nice is usually if you learn the first verse, then the second verse comes a little bit easier and stuff. So yeah, playing and singing can be tough, but whether it's piano, guitar, bass, drums, you know, whatever instrument you're playing, you just got to learn the instrument first, learn the vocal part, make sure you can sing it, and then when you put it together, you got to break it down. You just focus on one little section of the song at a time, slow it down, and once you feel comfortable with that, little by little you build it, and then you get it, and then you can play it effortlessly. You can play and sing without having to think much about it. So, yeah, my pleasure. Hope that helps you out some. Do you mean, can you have the little bass line? I don't know. I mean, I think you should try to write your own thing, but you know, if you're really like that, I don't mind you borrowing it and playing around with it for a little bit. You know, it's not really my style. I was literally just trying to make up something that kind of sounded like a bass line. So, thanks, Stan. Appreciate that. But what else we got here? Oh, the lyrics, yeah. I mean, kind of the same deal. I think it'd be best for you to come with something else, but yeah, not gonna lie, that sounds like a good beginning for a song. You know, standing on the front line, looking for a way out. You know, that's definitely, there's a story there. You know, so what was I gonna say? Stan, earlier, I think you mentioned checking out Sylosis. Yeah, definitely check them out. Now, be mindful, that's just one song. The rest of their stuff is not like that. The rest of their stuff's like, you know, but distorted. Or it's like, let's see. Yeah. You know, it's like fast, like thrash metal, and it's mostly like aggressive vocals and stuff. So, but you know, they're one of my favorite bands. I love them. But you know, he's a great harsh vocalist, but he actually has a really good singing voice. And so sometimes I wish he would sing more because I really like the tone of his voice. Standing on the front line, waiting for the right time. You could say, standing on the front line, looking for a way out, waiting for the right time, blah, 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 blah. You know, something like that. Oh, what I said was, if you were trying to remember what I said, it was standing on the front line, looking for a way out. And I might have sang something else when I was like first making it up, but those were the two lines that kind of stuck out to me. But, well, cool guys. Well, I think I'm going to dive into another song here. How far are we in on this thing? Not too bad. So I might not go as long as I normally do, just because I don't have quite as many acoustic songs as I do metal ones. At least my versions, acoustic versions of my songs. You know. Let me tune down real quick. Well, that's kind of cool, but this is my place to shine. So it could be a song about like standing on the front line, like you're, you know, maybe metaphorically going into battle, you know, looking for a way out, but this is the place to shine. So it's almost like a song about, you know, scared to confront what you need to, but you know that you need to, you know that's your time to shine, you know. Or it's the right place to shine and stuff. So, yeah, there could be, I don't know, we might have to write a song together, you know? Maybe that's what we need to do. So, have to collaborate on that one a little bit. So, there's definitely like a story there. That's pretty cool. Well, hopefully this doesn't throw off your brainstorming, but if you want to keep coming up with some lines, I'm going to dive into this next song here. This is one that you guys have heard pretty recently. And this is already a soft song, so you can kind of imagine the soft songs translate pretty well to acoustic guitar. But this one's called Waking Up. It's too much effort to pull away the covers that hold me down and won't let go. It smothers me. The weight of this anxiety pressing me into my pillow. A blissful sleep, chasing lies and counting sheep, sure as easy, but not for me. So here I am with all I have. I'm waking up, I'm facing what's in front of me. I won't back down, and I can't stop now. I'm waking up so I can start to dream. I toss and turn, tick by talk, the hours burn. I'm pleading for this night to end. A part of me wanting to go back to sleep sure is easy, but not for me. So here I am with all I have. I'm waking up, I'm facing what's in front of me. I won't back down, I can't stop now. I'm waking up so I can start to dream. You're not worthless. You have purpose. Wake up and see it. Time to dream it. So here I am with all I have. I'm waking up, I'm facing what's in front of me. I won't back down, I can't stop now. I'm waking up so I can start to dream. Like, yeah. Changing my life too quickly? Yeah, Rad sounds like you got it coming along pretty good. And Red being your fellow bandmate, yeah, if he has any ideas, he could certainly contribute and help out. But I'll give you a quick songwriting tip. So definitely, while you've got some inspiration, definitely just write like whatever this song is kind of giving you ideas, just start writing, write. But eventually when you go back and kind of look back on the words and start trying to organize and actually start trying to structure it, let's see. Well, I got a couple tips for you. So to be honest, it's kind of funny. It's a little too bad that the inspiration is hit during the stream. I mean, that's awesome, and I hope you can write, but I don't want like the stream to be a distraction from the writing process. I'm hoping you can still kind of come up. Because one thing I've learned is usually when I get an idea and I just start brainstorming and like it comes pretty quick. It's like, oh, I could do this and that, and like you can think, and you kind of want to ride that out as long as you can. You want to just write down anything, just whatever ideas you have, just start writing them down, keep track of them. Because if you kind of get going and then you decide, all right, this is good, I'm going to stop and I'll come back and do it later. The problem is once you stop, that your momentum's gone. And so when you come back to it, that same like energy you had, that same, inspiration's like lightning sometimes. It hits and it's like, man, I got it, But as soon as you stop and kind of take a break from that, again, you come back and it's a little harder to get the brain working and to start like, thinking of stuff. I can just say this, lyrics are hard. Lyrics are the hardest part for me. And whenever I first have an idea and I start writing, usually that's when I don't have a problem. It's like the words just write themselves. But then as soon as I take a break and then come back later, it's like, man, what am I even writing about? And I have trouble thinking of stuff. So if you get to that point where you're having trouble trying to figure out, what am I going to write about? What's this song going to be about? Well, a couple things you could try. What really helps me is working on the chorus, because the chorus basically needs to be a summary of what the song is about. So as long as you know what you're writing about and what you're trying to, like what the message of the song is, it makes it so much easier. It narrows your vocabulary, so it makes it so much easier to think of the words. Because if you don't really know what you're writing about, you're just kind of like maybe you came up with a few lines that sound good and they're kind of cool, but you still don't really know what you're talking about, then you're just kind of overwhelmed. Like you could go anywhere, but as soon as you know exactly what you're talking about, then it kind of limits like what lines are actually going to work and stuff. And if you think about it, the chorus is sort of the summary, and then the verses support the chorus. So if you get your chorus, usually I'll try to write the chorus first, and once I've got the chorus, then I go back to the verses, and the verses sort of lead into the chorus. They sort of support it. But it's really hard to write a verse when you don't know what your chorus is. However, I will put in my 2 cents here. The line that we're working on right now, what was it, Standing on the Front Line or whatever, to me that sounds like the intro of a song. So I will say that does sound like a verse to me. But you might use that to figure out, okay, what is this song going to be about, and then kind of get your chorus figured out. So, but yeah, a couple tips there for writing lyrics. Thanks, Stan. I appreciate that. And yeah, the only reason that my lyrics might come off as good, just because they're good doesn't mean they were easy to write, you know? Like, it was really, really hard. And yeah, the hook is kind of, the chorus is kind of where the hook's at and stuff. But, and I don't know if you were talking to me or Brad there. I mean, I think what Brad's been coming up, I think those are some good ideas too. But I'm assuming you were talking to me, since you said you never would have guessed and stuff. But yeah, all I can say is, yeah, lyrics are easiest when you first write them. When you first have that idea and you just start writing, that's the best time to write. Usually, you know, because I have written songs before in like one sitting, just because it was a moment of inspiration and I allowed myself to just pour out my thoughts and stuff. But then I have a lot of musical ideas, and I have like these temporary lyrics, and those are tough, man. I'm trying to think of like an example. I feel like there was a recent song that I did. I don't know, maybe even this one. I know that was kind of a tough song. That was a hard song to write, you know. I can't even remember what the original words were, but, you know, I had to change them. So it's really hard when you've already kind of got your mind on the temporary lyrics, and then you kind of realize that they don't work, and then it's like, great, I got to figure out something new to sing about. And you're trying to figure out, what is this song? What am I trying to say in the song and stuff? And that's when it can be really hard. And but the hardest part is probably coming up with a good chorus. And once you've got that chorus, then the rest of the song is usually pretty simple to write. All right, guys, I think I'm going to do one more for you. This has been fun. Really enjoyed it. I'm glad you guys came out. Hope you've enjoyed it. I hope it sounded all right. Let me see what I've got on the list. I'm going to do one more song for you, and I think that's going to be a wrap. Okay, yep. Yeah, if you were waiting for this to be over, well, this song's for you. This one's called Say That It's Over. So, here we go. I haven't played this too much, so hopefully I can sing this. Here we go. Your smile's so deceptive that it almost looks real. Well, it must be hard to fake what you do not really feel. You're hiding, I know it. Tell me what's on your mind. I only wish to help. Won't you let me back inside? Say that it's over. Tell me the truth just one last time. I promise I'll help you. And if only you'll let me back inside. Let me inside. Your face showed no reaction when I call out your name. Your presence like a ghost. You seem so far away, and you know that I love you, but the words seem to have died. And I just want this to end. Won't you let me back inside? Say that it's over. Tell me the truth just one last time. I promise I'll help you. And if only you'll let me back inside. Let me inside. Don't drift your eyes, just look at me when I look at you, because you must realize you're barely holding on and I'm holding tight. Would you just please try? Don't give in, you have to fight. Why won't you hear my cry? I don't wanna say goodbye. Say that it's over. Tell me the truth just one last time. I promise I'll help you. And if only you'll let me back inside. Say that it's over. Tell me the truth just one last time. I promise I'll help you. And if only you'll let me back inside. Say that it's over. And I don't wanna hear another lie. I just wanna help you. Please won't you let me back inside. And sorry if you heard the, I've got some water fountains here, so I think those were vibrant. You probably don't normally hear those in the normal stream, but now that I got just one mic here, it's probably picking all that up. So let's see here. Yeah, it sounds great. I knew it. Yeah. Yeah, Brad, sounds like you're coming up with some good stuff. So I hope you're not just writing this down in the chat, but writing this down, on a journal or something. Which I don't know if you've got like a little notebook for writing lyrics and stuff that can be helpful. And it's helpful to have notes too. I feel like typing lyrics on your phone, that's probably going to be kind of tedious. But if you have a laptop or some kind of computer, it can be nice to have like a notes app and just. Like I've got an app and it's just, or a note and it's just song ideas, and I just, whenever you have a song idea, you just type it there. Come up with like a temporary title for your song, and whenever you have an idea, you just kind of add it to that. But yeah, make sure you're writing it down somewhere and where you can see it all and kind of start. It's like a puzzle, just trying to piece it together, figure out which parts kind of work best. So, but anyway. Yeah, guys, thank you so much. Thanks for joining me. Hopefully you've enjoyed this again. This is probably going to be something, I will do this again, but it's probably going to be kind of like once a month and stuff. Kind of a special little thing. And hopefully as it goes on, I'll come up with more and more acoustic versions of some of my songs and stuff. So we'll see how that works out. But yeah, if you guys have any last thoughts or questions, please, type them out. Because I'm going to be wrapping up in just a moment here. For anyone watching on the replay, thank you so much. If you'd like to support me, there's a link in the description to a virtual tip jar. And, anything that you can tip, I'd certainly appreciate that. It just helps me as I grow this, and eventually I can start bringing you bigger and better content. If you don't have the financial means to support me, well, it helps to just like the video, to share it, inviting people to come. That really helps. And yeah, just following me, on YouTube, my other social media, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. I'm even on TikTok a little bit. So, and yes, any kind of any support you can share. Again, really just trying to build an audience right now is what I'm trying to do. So anything you can do to help me do that, I would really appreciate it. And let me just say, if I haven't expressed this before, Stan, Brad, Red, I always look forward to seeing you guys in the chat. I always enjoy hearing from you. And Brad, it was fun kind of getting to collaborate a little bit, do a little songwriting together. So you definitely let me know, I'll have to see next week. If you kind of work on the lyrics some, you'll have to send me what you came up with. And if you get some music ideas, definitely send me those too. I'll have to check them out. I'm going to read some comments, and then I'm going to be wrapping up in a moment here. But for everyone who tuned in, thank you so much. Hope you enjoyed the show. Standing on the edge of tomorrow. Let's see. So, standing on the front line can kind of be like an analogy for, anticipating tomorrow or something like that. Just being ready, like something big's going to happen. So, what is it that's going to happen tomorrow? And again, we were saying things like looking for a way out, but it's my time to shine. So to me, that sounds like maybe there's something that this person, whoever the character in your song is, maybe this is something that's happening tomorrow that they're afraid of. And there's a part of them that wants to run away, but there's another part of them that knows it's going to be good for them. Another part of them that knows that if I can just overcome my fear and face this thing, I know I'll be better off. I know I can do it, So that's another thing with songwriting. Contrast is good. You don't always have to have contrast, but so like if the verses are sort of talking about being afraid and trying to muster up the courage to face this thing, then the chorus might be something kind of positive, like I can do it, better than that. But basically you want to say like, I can do it. I've got it in me. This isn't going to keep me down. This isn't going to hold me back. Whatever. I'm going to face the edge of tomorrow or whatever, you want to call it and stuff. So, but yeah, I think that's kind of a good idea. And keep in mind, it kind of helps when you're writing this song. A lot of times, maybe there's something. Try to find out what you relate to with it. What's something that you're facing, and maybe you're kind of afraid of it. Sort of worried, like this is something I want to do, and I know it's good for me, but part of me is like, I just want to run away. I just want to forget about it. Don't want to think about it. But deep down in your heart that this thing is good for you, and so you're just trying to muster up the courage to go after it. So hopefully that gives you some ideas. And maybe you want to go a different route with it. You don't have to go that route. That's just sort of my thoughts based off the context of the lines. That's the first thing that comes in my mind. And that's kind of the neat thing about lyrics, like just a simple line like that. Actually, it would have been fun to do this. I should have said all right, that first line, standing on the front line, looking for a way out. I should have typed what do you guys think of? Because we all might think of something different. And it's interesting because we're all at different places in our lives. Like where I'm at in my life is different than where Stan's at in his life. And it's different than where Brad and Red are at in their lives. And so lyrics, I think it's really important that lyrics, you got to write about where you're at in your life. It's so interesting looking back at the songs I've written. I've written about different things throughout the years. When I was in high school, I first wrote about heartbreak, because that was the first thing that motivated me to really start writing lyrics, was getting my heart broken. And so I wrote a lot of sad love songs, And then as I got older, as I was about to graduate, I wrote songs about, kind of fear of the unknown, not sure what's out there, not sure what my future holds, and wrote a lot of songs about that. And as I got older, a lot of my friends started kind of moving away, going off after their things. I wrote a lot of songs about that, just kind of my friends, being gone. And now, now I try to write songs about, who do I write about? I think I try to write songs, the stage I'm at, I'm trying to take what I've learned over the years, and I'm trying to trust it, and I'm trying to trust that everything that I've been working towards, that I can do it. And so I'm trying to write songs that encourage me and encourage anyone else who might feel like, so already, the way I'm going with the lyrics, my interpretation is to be an encourager, to help people feel like, hey, whatever you're afraid of, you can do it, you can overcome it. You know, that's kind of what I'm trying to tell myself, and so I try to share that message with others. But again, for you, you might have a different message to share. So I think that's important with lyrics, just to find, you know, what's honest to you, because you know, that's when you're going to write the best words. You know, I'm not like a huge Beatles fan or anything, but I think John Lennon said something along the lines of, when it comes to writing lyrics, just do two things: tell the truth and make it rhyme. And it's that simple. And I do agree with that. It's really that simple. Just tell the truth and then just try to make it rhyme, you know. And then now I might add, you might go back and just make sure that the lines have some weight to them and they're not too cheesy or anything like that. But, you know, anyway, hopefully that helps. Let me read these last few comments here. Next week, royalties. What do you mean by royalties? This power. All right, sorry. Let's see. This power. All right, cool. All right, guys. Well, thank you for tuning in. Yeah. All right, guys. I'm going to wrap it up. But yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. And yeah, hope you all have a good rest of the week. Have a good evening, or good morning, good afternoon, good night, whatever time it is, wherever you are in the world. I'll catch you next time. Good night.